Folks, it's Johnny Flynn. How's it going? All is well, but I started a page today on Facebook, a group called New England Politics. Why? Because debate tournament is kicking off. We've hired people to sign candidates to debate on a phone voter app, like a QVC, interactive television with 23 networks. So, if you didn't know, in the 2020 election, 1,560 candidates ran for President of the United States. Hundreds of them debated on Debate Tourney. Guess who won? Yours truly. Guess who's gonna initiate discussions between challengers in congressional and Senate races? Yours truly. So, if you're running for Congress or Senate, and there's 4,500 of you, you need to go to where? DebateTourney.com. I have an assistant, Stephanie. She's a volunteer. We're writing letters to every candidate. We're coordinating events, huge ones, not small ones. We're going to rent Mohegan Sun. We have 4 events in January in Florida. People are saying they will host events, moderate events. Moderators are needed. People have been invited. Many have said nothing. I personally challenged Hayes, Courtney, DeLauro, Himes, and Larson to debate H.R. 1, which they co-sponsored, the Voter Fraud Act. Same-day registration, no voter ID, 6-to-1 money matching. They want to fleece you. They want to buy the votes. They are into bribery, and it seems to be working in New England. So, my challenge is to have every New England congressman voted out. Every single one. Who will help me do it? I have the list of 4,500 candidates. Stephanie is collecting the email addresses. We need to challenge people to debate on Debate Tourney with a phone voter app that you can share. I have people willing to do it. The question is, can we raise money for the candidates through the television and media outlets? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. So, in the 2020 election, did you think 10 Republicans ran? Because more like 168 ran. Did you think 20 Democrats ran? No. 280 Democrats ran. And in the 2020 election, 450 independents filed to run for president. Only one golden Labrador retriever registered to debate. And the pedigree of some of the dogs that are running are pretty bad. 21 Democrats right now want to debate what? Medicare for all. That's their thing. Hold on. The free markets have to prevail. I'll take them all on. No worries. Blumenthal's about to be invited to the tournament. I'm going to waive the fee. Do it for free, Bloomy. Hey, come and get some. What should we debate? The Iran deal? The late abortion deal? The Green New Deal? I'm down. Come and see the debates. Vote for the candidates on your phone. Ask questions to the candidates through interactive television and come to the party. Yeah, because everyone's invited. We have a specialist just working with the Green Party candidates. How many are there? Don't know. They're on the list. Is the guy stepping up? Oh, he will. He may come late to the party, but here we go. I challenged my own 5 congressmen to debate H.R. 1 months ago. I've only invited personally 85 people to debate. Guess how many accepted? Quite a few verbally. Nobody filled out the forms. Now, what has happened? For example, if Wasserman Schultz is running for Congress in Florida, and her opponent, Carla Spalding, is running in Florida, and Wasserman Schultz won't debate Carla Spalding, well, if Carla asks another challenger to debate, what will happen? What will happen to Adam Kinzinger in Illinois if Jack Lombardi challenges him to debate? Now, there's an open seat in the Congress in Illinois because Kinzinger is probably not gonna run for Congress again. He's gonna go for a Senate seat. Will Lombardi challenge him to debate? I believe so. Will Johnny Flynn challenge anyone he wants to debate? And guess what happens when they don't agree to debate? They lose by default. So let's get all these current senators and congresspeople, Congress critters, to lose by default all over the country in the hottest, new, practically free debate tournament site in the world. They're not opposed to having people running for governor, debate each other, governor to governor, challenger to, incumbent. So tell me now, if you have questions, I'm a moderator. You should become a moderator too. We need hundreds of them. We have thousands of debates to do, maybe 100,000. And we have 23 networks designed, signed up, where advertisers will pay. Insurance companies are on board already. Connecticut is the insurance capital of the world, and no one in Connecticut signed up. Why? Because they're asleep at the wheel. And if you want to debate, it could really help your campaign. I'll ask Dominic Rapini. Sure. Running for Secretary of State. I'm friends with Rayla Campbell, running for Secretary of State in Massachusetts. I might see her on December 4th at the Go USA event. Guess what? The Go USA founder ran for Congress last year. Carla Spalding ran for Congress last year. How did she do? Well, she went up against squad member Presley. You know what? We're going to go after AOC, Omar. If they don't challenge, if they're co-sponsoring deals and they're not willing to defend their position, there's something wrong. When we all get together and challenge, hear the discussions, act accordingly, professionally, demonstrate through facts that matter, we can change the outcomes, folks. We can change the outcomes because right now, Kamala Harris has ruled on the past 11 ties in the U.S. Senate. 11 bills passed because Kamala Harris had the deciding vote. How important are these Senate seats? Richard Blumenthal's Senate seat is the most important seat. That's why I'm going for it. Why? Because he has 1,042 bills in the Senate. Cory Booker has 39 bills. Okay. Blumenthal wrote the Iran deal. You think he'll debate me on the Iran deal? Not a chance in the world. That's happening now. I'm drafting the challenge. He won't accept. And later, when I run against him, and we are debating, which will happen in about a year, I will say, why didn't you debate the Iran deal? Well, you co-sponsored it. Why didn't you debate the Green New Deal, the infrastructure bill, H.R. 1? Why didn't you debate the most important bills that you're listed on as a co-sponsor? Here we go, folks. Challenger to a person, I don't care about stolen valor. I care about the bills he's pushing through and the Chinese corporations he owns and the money laundering bribes he took from 5G. Let's debate 5G, Mr. Billionaire. Can I demonstrate he's a white supremacist? Oh, yes. Is he involved in the Stephen Barrier murder? Oh, yes, he is. Does America know about Stephen Barrier? Oh, they will, because we're going to debate human trafficking. We're going to debate DCF cases. Do you know the Theodora case in Connecticut? That's a DCF case? It's a monster. It's a monster. Do you know about Waterbury's human trafficking problem? It's a monster. It's a monster. It's gigantic, folks. There are problems being covered up by the media. We have an answer for that. We have an answer for everything. So please register on debateattorney.com. Register on the Hartford, New Haven, Waterbury, Bridgeport Facebook page. Register on the New England Politics page. Why? Because my goal is to unseat every single incumbent with a challenger that's smarter, that isn't well-funded, that can debate for practically free and change the outcome because the media in New England, for example, the Huffington Post owns Connecticut Patch. CNN owns News Channel 12, folks, in Connecticut, in the tri-state area, okay? CNN doesn't. Let me put a article on screen. Here we go, folks. Read this. ABC, CBS, and NBC newscasts ignore the Durham indictment of Steele dossier. This implicates Congressman Jim Himes. This Steele dossier. Why? Because every time he spoke, he said he had evidence of Russian collusion on behalf of Trump. That was a lie. And there is a congressional unnamed person behind the Steele dossier. If you read this article, you will see about the indictments, how many may come, and you can learn about the congressmen who need to be unseated due to Danchenko, the Russian collusion hoax, which implicates Ukraine, which implicates Senator Murphy, which implicates Blumenthal because of a Leitner bribe through the Ukraine lobbyist. It implicates many different congressmen who took bribes during the process of impeachment. If they're supposed to be impartial jurors, they took bribes. If they wanted to fix Purdue Pharma, why did they take OxyContin bribes? Bribes are the key, folks. Bribes are the key. Look at Senator Chris Murphy's treason, okay? Meeting with Iran secretively in Germany during the Trump administration. That's treason, folks. Do you think Senator Murphy is going to sit through a debate tournament that discusses his treason? Let's bring it up as a debate item. We have human trafficking cases of women in Connecticut being tied up, tortured, and sold to the highest bidder repeatedly, who the Waterbury police refused to recognize and refused to assist. And we're talking to her now. We are interviewing her now. She lost a finger, folks. Now, if I told you that from 2006 to 2016, 10 years in Connecticut, there were 400 arrests of human traffickers, how many convictions did they get? How many prosecuted cases were there? The answer is 0. 0. Connecticut wants to legalize prostitution, folks. And guess who supports that? The progressive left. Guess who runs the progressive caucus? Jim Himes. You think women... Jim Himes has been questioned numerous times about Planned Parenthood. Who is supported by Planned Parenthood? Kamala Harris. Jim Himes. And who? Oh, the list goes on and on. Who votes with Pelosi 95% of the time? Pelosi is a socialist. Well, Joe Courtney does. Larson does. Hayes does. So what are we going to do? Who's going to step up and challenge these people? They probably won't accept the challenge. The more people that challenge, the more default wins they will have. And guess what? When push comes to shove and the actual debates occur through the League of Women Voters, we've already invited the League of Women Voters to be debate moderators on national television networks. They can get paid. They can have banner ads. They can be subscribers. They can ask the questions, or you can ask the questions. When the League of Women Voters asked me to debate Travis Sims, my state rep, I said, sure, but I want to ask him one question. They said no. You know what the question was? How many assaults has Travis Sims been arrested for? How many assaults has his daughter in Black Lives Matter been arrested for? How many assaults does his brother have? So here we go. My state rep is the king of assaults, and he's sitting in the General Assembly of Connecticut because I can't ask a single question about his past history as a drug dealer? Give us a break, folks. Give us a break. Illegal gun carrier? Oh, I'm all about the carry protection. The Second Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the First Amendment. I'm all about protections in the Constitution. You can read my coffee cup. It's the Constitution coffee cup. I read it every day when I'm drinking coffee. And I drink a lot of coffee, folks. What I want to say, I've already said, but you need to follow what's happening and get involved in the debate tournament because it's the road to fixing the blue states. So, if there's a red wave in Connecticut, it's going to come only one way. By getting into Waterbury, Hartford, Bridgeport, and New Haven, and getting Republicans to step up and vote so we don't have a nightmare like the last election where 1,000 people in New Haven voted for the Republican and 9,000 voted for the Democrat. Now, if there's 139,000 people in New Haven, okay, and there are 850 violent assaults per 100,000, That means they have 1,400 victims of violent crime annually, which is more than the number of Republicans or votes for the Republican in New Haven, who is a stellar guy. Why isn't he registered to debate on debateattorney.com? I wonder why. He can challenge all the H.R. 1 candidates, congressmen in New England, to vote about a topic that they will surely lose the debate on. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll debate only what they feel strongly about. Well, I know Brian Merlin, who runs for Congress, wants to debate Medicare for all, and he's an opioid advocate. We agree about most opioid addiction problems, and we both want solutions. Discussing it would be helpful. We may agree to disagree about certain topics. We're both personable. We have no problem discussing issues. He'll come to my house. I've been to his, and we've shared videos of Jim Himes, our congressman, that we both despise. We both despise him, yes. Brian is maintaining that Jim Himes denied Narcan to opioid addicts to get Brian to drop out of a congressional race. Now, look at T.J. Elgin in Connecticut. Falsely arrested by false accusation, a telephone call. Why? Because of Dennis Bradley, who's a state senator, who's under indictment, who's Jim Himes' staffer, and falsely claimed to have no conflict of interest as he represented T.J. Elgin also. So, Congressman Himes ran against T.J. Elgin. They both had the same attorney. That attorney never disclosed it to T.J. T.J. was falsely arrested by an anonymous phone call, and guess what happened? TJ's election got ruined. Do you think these dirty games of Jim Himes need to be exposed? Yes, because he's the poster child of this article I just mentioned. The article in the background. Jim Himes has been maintaining for years. He's got information on Russian collusion. Igor Danchenko was just named in the Durham investigation, and look at the newspapers who won't cover it. Here they are. NBC, CBS Evening News, and ABC's World News Tonight. Did you see the indictment in the patch? No. Did you see the indictment in a Hearst publication? No. Did you see how the media in Connecticut controls how Connecticut votes? Enough said, folks. Post and share. Post and share. It's an important article. I'm highlighting it today. Follow my YouTube page. I'm at 350 followers. We need 300,000 to make things happen. We need 500,000 to 1 million followers to make things happen. Come on the show. We'll do a post. I'll clean my office. You can sit in the chair next to me. We can discuss topics. We can go to debate tournament. Use the programming. Use the networks. Get on national television through the networks and change the narrative. The narrative has to change. Have a great day. I'm at 24 minutes. I thank you very much. Please go to Win Red John Flynn in Connecticut. Make a $5 donation so that I can prevail. Hello? And I will. I don't need a lot of money to beat Skeletor Blumenthal. No, I need a few shekels, folks. And that guy has the 30 pieces of silver. Okay? If you know what I'm saying. I'm not going to point out everything he's ever done because it would take hours. But keep in mind, practicing to debate when you have a 10-minute window is very, very important. You need to organize your topics, challenge your opponents, and practice. You need people to view, give you commentary. Any type of criticism is welcome. We all need to get to the table. Do you think Richard Blumenthal will accept my challenge? Probably not. Jim Himes didn't. Courtney didn't. DeLauro didn't. Hayes didn't. Larson didn't. But what about Larry Laser? What about Dominic Rapini? What about Mike France? What about Mike France? Will he challenge through debate tourney, where he can ask the questions, or will he suffer through a debate with the League of Women Voters? He can write a letter right now saying, I don't agree to these terms of not being able to ask my opponent a single question. Well, hold on a second. What if he committed larceny? What if he took bribes? What if he took an Oxycontin bribe like Jim Himes and like Richard Blumenthal? We know Blumenthal's guilty. Why? Because he returned the Oxycontin bribe. Now 220 people die daily of Oxycontin. And guess what? Connecticut wants to take the business over and run it through Attorney General Tong and a panel that they choose. Are you joking me? Overprescribed. Much more potent than they explained. Criminal negligence, folks. And testimony in different states like Ohio implicating the sales force of Oxycontin, Purdue Pharma, and Johnson & Johnson and others. So, they had knowledge and lied. They pushed a drug, got people hooked, and caused 220 deaths per day. What's the fentanyl problem with the open borders? We should be debating open borders. Well, hold on, every Republican would, but no Democrat can or should. They'll lose. Let's challenge them all to open border discussion. And guess what? You will see them, and their incompetence will be obvious. When you get your hands on the videos you create, you'll be able to use them in your campaigns, on your Facebook, Twitter accounts, on your Telegram accounts, on your Instagram accounts, and you can expose human trafficking issues in your state. Arkansas has a huge problem. It might be bigger than Connecticut's problem, but Connecticut's is huge. Why? I'll tell you what my opponent did in a human trafficking case. Richard Blumenthal interviewed a prostitute, trafficked and arrested 47 times, and he gave her a plaque to stick on the wall. That's what he did for her. No help at all. That's what we're up against. That's why human traffickers prevail. And I'll tell you another thing. When he was 32, he met his 16-year-old wife. That's statutory rape. Why would you put a person in charge on the judiciary of the U.S. Senate that married a girl 16 when he was 32? Statutory rape. Why is there human trafficking? Why is there problems? It's because you're not letting it happen. NBC, ABC, CNN. The Democrats I know and like, people that are personable. Let's use Aunt Pat. Has no idea what the facts are because she listens to CNN. She doesn't watch Fox News. Put Fox News down all you want. I don't care. The fact remains. If you look at the facts and discuss them and debate your opponents on national television, you can turn the light on and the rodents and cockroaches will hide. Have a great day. I do believe Robert Hyde will debate me on debateattorney.com. That would be interesting, folks. That would be very interesting. He's a smart guy. And he's not just in the know. However, there are things we're working on together because we're working together until the nomination is made. Have a great day. Thank you very much. Go to WinRed, Flynn, 2022, John Flynn, and $5 every month. Follow the page. Follow the written correspondence. Watch the debate tournaments. Watch the debate tournaments. Thank you.